This is Brian, Atlanta Hot Tub Center, Tub Talk 101, and today, by popular demand, we are going to review HYDROPOOL swim spas. Now, I think it's important first to talk about the history of HYDROPOOL and how they became who they are today. So HYDROPOOL was founded in 1978 as a commercial swimming pool company. They built commercial swimming pools. And then as the years went on, they wanted to get into swim spas, so they took everything they learned building commercial swimming pools and put it all into building swim spas, which is probably one of the reasons why they're the largest swim spa manufacturer today. So guys, let's jump right into this, all right? So let's talk about base and frame. Base and frame is steel, okay? Solid steel, and they seal the bottom with a thick piece of polypropylene plastic. This is a beautiful setup, guys. A lot of swim spas have a wood frame. And you guys know from my videos, I am not a fan of a steel frame on a hot tub, because if the hot tub is manufactured properly with hand-rolled fiberglass self-supporting shell, okay, then you don't need a steel frame, because the shell can support its own weight with water in it, and it's not enough water, right, to warrant some type of steel frame like this. This is hand-rolled fiberglass self-supporting shell, but due to the amount of water that this guy holds, remember, this is a swimming pool, guys. This isn't a hot tub. So due to the amount of water that this guy holds, for longevity, to support this thing over the years, 10, 20, 30 years, you're gonna need a steel frame like this. So kudos to HYDROPOOL for doing this steel frame. I think this is absolutely great. And guys, again, a lot of these swim spas don't have steel frames, and what ends up happening is they end up warping, right? Or forming shell fractures, right? Hairline cracks, things like that. So this is really good that they do that. Guys, electronics. These guys are Gecko. You guys know I'm a big Balboa guy. I love Balboa electronics. But right behind Balboa is Gecko, and I always say to people, I say, hey, you know, if history shows, right, if we're getting the longevity out of the parts, then I'm pretty happy with it. You know, we're getting 8-9 years, you know, out of these boxes, and I think that that's really, really important, guys. I think that that's very reasonable. I think that that's a good time to expect to get out of a good control box. So they're lasting, and customers have been happy with them. Comes with a full touchscreen display. It's not anything too fancy, you know, it's something that you would expect on any touchscreen hot tub or swim spa today, but it is full touchscreen. If you look around at the plumbing and stuff, you can see that they spent the time to do this and do it right, guys. I don't see glue slapped everywhere. I don't see any stress on this plumbing. Everything's zip tied up. You know, all the jets and everything's glued and clamped like it should be. So someone spent the time to really do this and do it right, and that's really important, guys. When you're looking at hot tubs, even if you're going to look at Masters, you're going to look at Endless, so a couple other great manufacturers of swim spas, have them take the door off, because you're really going to see how much the factory cares, right? They don't expect you to take the door off before you buy it, I promise you that. But you should. Take that door off. Say, wow, you know, this looks good. Somebody spent the time. You know, the factory really cares. I think that's super important. Another thing that I really like about this that they do is they've got your circ pump here, right? And I think it's important to be able to have a circulation pump, that this guy is equipped and can have 24-hour circulation, guys. That's really, really important. You can't always get that in a lot of swim spas, so it's nice that this does have the ability to circulate water. And they are using Aquaflow and waterway pumps and motors. I am a fan of that, guys. You know, history tells you, right? History tells you that you know, Emerson and Aquaflow and these guys just make a quality motor. So again, I like that as well. Cabinetry, guys, you know, cabinetry, it's all synthetic plastic. So that's good because it won't rot, right? You don't see a lot of wood-based swim spas anymore, guys. That's all kind of going by the wayside, so this is nothing too crazy, really, quite frankly. Insulation-wise, it's 70% full foam. 70% full foam, and then the other 30% to hold the heat in, guys, they're using, you see this reflective insulated blanket? They're using that. I'm not a big fan of the reflective insulated blanket on any hot tub or swim spa, but they're doing 70% full foam, and that's the best way to insulate. So kudos for that. And I guess through testing, they've said, hey, you know, as far as holding the rest of that heat in and using the heat from the motors and the electronics, using that reflective blanket is really bouncing back those heat waves, and again, really helping to hold the heat in. So I'd give it an A for insulation. I think that's pretty good insulation, right? I think that 70% foam and then using that insulated blanket on top of that probably really promotes it holding in some heat, really retains, I guess the words I'm looking for is really helps to retain that heat. So I'm pretty happy with that as well. I think that that's pretty well built. So anyway, guys, we're gonna move on to the showroom, because in the showroom we've got one of these guys full of water and running, and we want to go forth and show you this bad boy up and running. So let's go ahead. All right, guys, so here we are in the showroom, and what I want to do is I want to dig into the V-Twin patented jet system, guys. Now the point of this system, guys, is that it's a patented jet that offers the smoothest, most predictable swim current. Guys, it's also the widest, right? This swim current is a 40-inch swim current. Your closest is a 21-inch from the research that I've done. And what's nice about that is again, you just have a much wider lane to swim in, right? It just makes it so much easier to swim in it and paddleboard and boogie board and all that good stuff against the current, right? So again, let me kind of start at the motor to just kind of explain it a little bit, but I don't want to dig into it too much, right? Because I don't want to bore you, but basically a jet pump has an intake and a discharge, right? The intake, water comes in, discharge, it comes out. Inside of the pump, there's an impeller, and it spins just like this, okay? And it spins, and it spins and spins and gets faster and faster and faster depending on what speed that you have it on, right? And what that does is create a cyclone that goes up like this. Now, 90% of the hot tubs in the marketplace, they just turn that cyclone into a jet, and when you do that, it's coming spinning out of there like that, out of the plumbing into the jet, right? It's not smooth. It's not an even, predictable swim current, right? So what HYDROPOOL did is they said, hey, look, there's got to be a better way to do this, and they came up with this V-Twin jet. And so what it does, it basically takes that out of it, right? So if you look here by this design, guys, is you can kind of see how this jetting is kind of set up. So you got that cyclone, it's coming up the pipe, right? And of course, you always, guys, if you open up a motor compartment and your jet pumps for the swim jets, guys, if they're not located right below the swim jet, that's a problem, guys, because you need lead path of resistance getting to these guys, right? So you can get a good even current. But what this thing does is it comes up into this thing, and what this does is it evens that current out, right? It makes it super even, right? So again, not only do you have this nice even current, right? You have a nice wide 40-inch swim lane, guys. So quite frankly, I'm a big fan of that. Now, auxiliary control panel, guys. This thing's pretty cool over here. I give them some credit for this too. I do like this guy. This is fully programmable, so you can program it to what your routine is, what you want your swim to be, how long you want to swim. It'll tell you how fast you're going, how many laps you swam, all that good stuff, all right there, right? So I think that's important. This guy also has a variable speed swim pump. Okay, now that's new. So some of you guys are probably like, "What is that?" Sorry, my anal side's kicking in over here. What is that, right? Well, what that is it's an actual jet pump that has 10 speeds. That's right, a jet pump. It has 10 speeds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? What's great about this is that you can build on that, right? You can start swimming at 2, and then start swimming at 3, then start swimming at 4, and really build on that, right? It also allows the versatility of multiple family members, right? One family member might be at speed 2, one might be at speed 6. You know, maybe one of the grandkids or one of the children, they want to boogie board against the current, so you can fine tune it to their comfort level too, right? So again, I just think it's very, very important, because this guy is a pool, you know, that you have that versatility. It goes for walking too, right? If you're walking or running in the swim spa, you know, you got 10 different speeds to do it against. I just think it really goes to the overall experience you're gonna have with the swim spa over the years. Now guys, something I want to talk about that I think is super, super awesome. It's called a current collector. I have never seen another swim spa that has this. This is very cool. what it is, you've got suctions back here, guys, right? Like suctions you have on a hot tub. So what's happening here, okay, is that's generating current. This is sucking current in, and it's creating a sand belt, right? Now, let's talk about what's important here. On a normal swim spa, you don't have this guy, okay? Let's talk about that. If you don't have that, what happens is this water bounces off, right? It bounces off the back, right? And pushes against you as you're trying to swim, you're trying to walk, you're trying to row bar. It's pushing against you, right? So it makes it harder to swim and harder to exercise in the swim spa, right? So with this current collector, it's a smooth, even current, right? Think of a sand belt. Just go around. Think of a conveyor belt, right? Just going around, just like that. We're going current here, sucking in here, and rotating it back through. So that's pretty innovative. You know, I gotta give them some credit for that. I'd say, you know, again, there's a lot of good swim spa manufacturers out there, guys. I think Endless is good. I think Phelps Master Spas is good. And, you know, if you bought any of them, I think you'd be, you know, relatively pretty happy. But I do like the innovations that they've come up with here. It just seems like they've spent the time to be different, right? To say, hey, this is what people are saying, you know, and how do we, right? How do we overcome? How do we fix, right? What people are complaining about, and that's a pretty good fix. Now, filtration-wise, this has pressurized filtration. Okay, I'm gonna turn these swim jets off. One moment. That way you guys can hear me, okay? This has pressurized filtration, and of course it does. Guys, in 1978, these guys were commercial pool builders, right? Every commercial pool that I know of, I've never seen a commercial pool ever, Olympic pool, you name it, whatever, that doesn't have pressurized filtration. Pressurized filtration is really, really important because it can clean a lot of water in a short period of time. So every drop of water in this hot tub can be filtered through pressurized filtration in 45 minutes. Guys, I don't know if you're looking, but this pool has a lot of water in it. Okay, so every 45 minutes we can filter every drop, every ounce of water. So I do like to see pressurized filtration in swim spas, not so much in hot tubs though. I am not a big pressurized filtration in hot tubs because I just don't think you need it. It's just not that big of a body of water, and quite frankly, I think it causes more problems than what it's worth. If you want my opinion. So I kind of against pressurized filtration in small bodies of water. So guys, everybody hears the term self-cleaning, and if you ever look for a HYDROPOOL hot tub, you know what self-cleaning is, right? Because they're always promoting it. Well, here's the thing. All swim spas and hot tubs are self-cleaning, but this guy has something that other things do not, and it's right there in the water. That is a self-contained, self-cleaning floor vacuum, guys. That's right. So I want to talk about this for a second. In a swimming pool, if you ever owned a swimming pool, been to a friend's swimming pool, you don't necessarily see them in commercial swimming pools because they take them out once everybody's coming to swim. But what you got is you've got like a little robot, right? And he goes around the bottom of the pool, and you know, he sucks up all the debris and stuff in it, right? And then you know, you pull it out every week and you spray it off real good, and you clean out that system and put it back together, and then put it back into the pool, and it does this thing again for a week. They also have one that's kind of pressurized. You've seen it hooked to the side of the wall of the pool, right? And it works off of pressure actually, and the little guy kind of drives around the pool to clean up all little debris and stuff, right? And being that a swim spa is a pool, HYDROPOOL said, hey, look, we've got to have a way to do this. So what they've created is this four-vac, this built-in floor vacuum down here. Guys, it's great. It cleans everything off of the floor, right? So if you buy a swim spa, you might have to get, guys, you might have to get some type of floor vacuum to clean this floor up, or you're going to be out there with a net. With this guy, you don't have to worry about it, right? Because that self-cleaning floor vac, I kid you not, it's going to suck up everything off the floor and keep the bottom clean, guys. And even hot tub customers, right? Hot tub customers, guys, you know you guys are out there every once in a while with a net. You know, think about how it would be with a pool, right? That's why they have these little robots and stuff, right? So this is an automated way to kind of do it. Think about it like a turbojet. Like if you buy a pool, right, you can put in little things called turbojets, and they're strategically placed around the pool, and they open up and basically blow everything up from the bottom of the pool up to the surface so then it can filter off, right? Same thing here. This floor vacuum is literally basically going to suck up everything up off of the floor, get everything up to the surface. That way it can filter out. All right, guys, finally, and then we're finished here, and I think Dusty's arms look tired too. I think I'm killing Dusty over there. I'm sorry, man. You're the best camera guy ever. All right, so check it out. Lighting, guys. This guy, the lights are okay. I think there could be some more lighting, but it does have some reasonable lighting, and let's look at it. Lights, camera, action. Okay, so light here. All these guys light up. Okay, there's a day contrast and a night contrast depending on how bright you want the lights. I do kind of wish there was a dimming and brighter function, but you know that's you know, again, that's just my personal opinion. But if you look down here, you can see you got some main lights. The floor vacuum all the way down there lights up. You got a jet below the swim jets and the swim jets themselves, and you got the Bellagio falls on top that all light up, and of course your handle's down here. You can continuously hit the light button, and these lights sit on one particular color. Right now we kind of got it rotating through, and this is the waterfalls on it. These guys are hydrofalls, and they're basically waterfalls that come through the pillows, guys. This is pretty cool. I like that. It's kind of nice to lay your head up against it, kind of feel the water going over your shoulders, but I do like that down there. Okay? Now, guys, if you have ever been to Las Vegas, Nevada, you have probably heard of, or if you haven't, you probably still heard of it, the Bellagio Falls. Guys, that's exactly what those are called. Those are the Bellagio Falls. It is an add-on for HYDROPOOL, so it doesn't have to come with it. Of course, you can turn them off, turn them on, right? But I do think that it's pretty cool, and it really goes kind of that ambiance, you know, of the hot tub. Anyway, this is Brian, Atlanta Hot Tub Center, Tub Talk 101, and a review and opinion on HYDROPOOL swim spas. Thank you.